And just when you thought they couldn't be more stupid, let's begin. The article says that a dad has been left baffled after his council has painted the smallest cycle lane ever on a busy main road. Ray McSharry, who's 65, said he thought that the new lane was graffiti when he first spotted it and branded it ridiculous. Ray from Charltondale, West Yorkshire, uploaded a photo of the strange 7-foot-long cycle lane to a local Facebook group and questioned if anyone from the council could justify it. He added that the new mini cycle path sits opposite a 200-metre equivalent that was already in use. The local council, meanwhile, have insisted that the new lane is a necessary feature to make it safer for cyclists to turn off the road. They did, however, admit that its usefulness would be reviewed in the coming months. Now, of course, I don't know about you, but I myself think it's a bit of a waste of money, because what's that actually going to achieve? I mean, yeah, okay, fair enough. It's basically there to stop cyclists from running into pedestrians on the streets by stopping at a nice circular junction and just letting pedestrians pass. However, if they're not on the path fully or have a long bike, for example, like a tandem for two, then surely their bike will just be hanging off into the road, won't it? And therefore causing a hazard in itself. So you just got to question the logic of this, haven't you? Especially, of course, when there's a 200-metre cycle lane on the opposite side of the road. Unless, of course, it's just too much for the cyclists to use that one on the opposite side, because it means that they'll have to cross the road. And thinking about it, if these are just for turning off the road, then surely wouldn't these eventually be coming everywhere down every street imaginable? Because I'm sure there are times when people do need to come off the road to go onto cycle paths in general, aren't there? In which case, that could become a nightmare in itself, couldn't it? And to be honest, you would have thought that with the cost of living crisis going on, they would have used money which they spent on things like this on actually something more worthwhile to help their local residents out. Adrian Gill, Charltondale's Council's Assistant Director, Strategic Infrastructure, said the new cycleway and footway improvements at King's Cross aim to make it easier for people to walk and cycle in this traditionally car-dominated area. As part of the design, there is a drop curb that allows cyclists to safely leave the carriageway to access the shared area for pedestrians and cyclists. The design markings of the drop curb reflect the requirement for cyclists leaving the carriageway to give way to users on the shared space. Well, no doubt, of course, this is probably a move to appease all the eco-idiots out there, but then again, in this video, apparently the government is having a crackdown on them. Or are they? Anyway, subscribe for more and I'll see you in the next one.